damn, that truck's dirty. Got to get this thing washed someday. Just been busy. Well, guess what? I'm in the shop again. Yeah. Yeah, I got a brake chamber leaking. Air's leaking out of the brake chamber. It means one of the pancakes is blowed out probably, or spring is broke or something. So anyway, left Dallas this morning, delivered a trailer in Dallas this morning, and went up to come up here to Oklahoma City. And there's a company called Western Flyer. Noisy street out here. There's a company called Western Flyer here in Okie City, and they have some flatbeds they're selling, trading in, or whatever. And I picked one up last week, a stack of flatbeds last week, and took them up to P1000, Illinois, just south of Chicago on 57, right north of Kankakee. Anyway, I took Adlo traders up there last week and went over and got another traders, one trader coming back to Dallas. I was home last weekend. So here it is Monday, and come up here, grab another stack of those flatbeds, going back up to P1000, get up here and I hook onto them and got ready to leave, and I hear this, you know, it's air leaking through the dash. And the way trucks work, for you non-truckers, people that don't know, if you have an air leak in the back of your truck and it's loud, it's fast enough, whatever, when you push your brake knobs, when you push those in the back of the on the dash, if it's leaking pretty fast back there, you'll hear it coming. It comes through the dash. You'll hear it like it sounds like an air leak, but it's not. It's just air rushing through the valve. Okay. And when you first push hook them to a trailer and you push the trailer valve in, you'll hear that, but it only lasts for, you know, a few seconds, maybe a minute at the most. And what it's doing is charging the air tank on the trailer if it's leaked off. Well, on this one here, I had the trailer in, and I went to push the tractor brake in, and all of a sudden I hear this big leaking, and I'm like, what in the world is that noise? So I stopped and I got out. I don't hear anything. So I'll get back in and I pushed the brake back in, and got out without the brake, you know, just pulled the hand valve down so the trailer brake's locked. I figured the trailer was leaking, you know. So I go back here to listen. There's nothing coming out of the trailer, and as I walk by the tractor where the air hoses are, I hear this leaking over the engine noise and everything. I'm like, huh, that's a pretty bad leak. So I shut the engine off and got back here and listened, and sure enough, it's a brake chamber leaking. And the way a brake chamber works, it's got this like a bowl on one side and a bowl on the other side. And on the inside there's a spring, and there's a what they call a pancake. It's a rubber bladder, okay? And they call it a pancake because it's about the size of a pancake. It's rubber about 8 inches around. Anyway, those things will break, blow out, or the spring will break. And it looks on this one like internally the spring finally broke or something. So anyway, got on the phone, called dispatch, said, hey, do you know of any shops here in Oklahoma City? And he told me, yeah, he gave me a list of them, and I called one, and they said, yeah, we can get you in today. So all right, so I run over here, drop the trailer, put it in the shop, and they just now start working on it. So we'll see how long it takes, and it shouldn't take too long, I don't think. Usually brake chambers don't take too terribly long. Now, a lot of people sit there on the comments, man, that truck's broke down again. And it looks, to people that don't know, or truck drivers that drive new trucks all the time, it looks like, man, I'm in the shop getting fixed all the time. And it's these little things. This brake chamber is going to cost $100 plus a couple hours of labor, you know. Probably $300 to $500, somewhere in that range, to get it fixed. The air conditioner, I mean, it's good now, it's working fine. It's, you know, it's a 17-year-old truck, my God, you know. They break. When they're that old, they break. And to tell you the truth, I'd rather put up with these little bullshit brakes like this than put up with emissions. I really would, because if I had emissions on this truck, I'd probably be broke down just as much. So to me, it's worth having the older vehicle. So anyway, let's see what they're doing, and I probably won't have the camera in there. A lot of people don't like their face, you know, a camera shoved in their face. So anyway, I'll go see how everything's going, and I'll, you know, report back. Okay, we got the old one off. We went down to exchanged it for a new one. I got a new one coming here. Here's the brand new brake chamber. This is what a brake chamber is. All right, and it sits in here about like that. Underneath, sits right down in there. Okay, and inside here there's a spring and a bladder. That bladder sits in here somewhere, and I can never keep straight. I think it's on this side, and there's a spring on this side. And what happens when you apply air to your foot brake, air comes into these holes right here. Air hoses come in here and out, and it puts air in here and it pushes that air, that chamber. There's like a plate and a rod. All right, think of it like a big nail. Okay, and it pushes on the head of that nail, and it pushes this rod in and out. Okay, and depending on which way it pushes it, it applies the brakes. So that's what a brake chamber is. Well, hello, America. Well, we got her fixed. People driving by. I'm walking around in the middle of the street. Oh, we got her fixed. Let's see, what was the bill? $352. $352. So that was a couple hours of labor and the part itself. So we're all back up and rolling. I've got in and out. I can't believe how quick I get in and out with that one. So it all works. Let's get to rolling, make some money now, pay that bill.